Buckeye Nation entered this offseason with one overwhelming belief. Something massive was about to happen. The noise was deafening. Message boards were on fire. Social media was spiraling. Fans demanded action. Analysts predicted chaos. Everyone expected Ohio State to attack the transfer portal with force. A superstar wide receiver, a can't-miss pass rusher, a headline-grabbing move that would instantly shift the balance of power in college football. That was the script. But Ryan Day tore it up. No splash signings, no viral commitments, no offseason championship banner. Instead, there was silence. And in Columbus, silence doesn't mean calm, it means danger. Because the moment Ryan Day didn't do what everyone expected, the question changed from who were they getting to something far more unsettling. Does Ryan Day know something no one else does? Or is he gambling with the future of Ohio State football? One thing is certain, nobody saw this coming. The expectations were outrageous. After a season filled with frustration, missed opportunities, and brutal criticism in big games, Ohio State fans wanted a response, loud, immediate, undeniable. The transfer portal felt like the perfect weapon. Fans dreamed of instant impact receivers, elite edge rushers who could wreck games on Saturdays, names that would force Michigan, Georgia, and Alabama to pay attention. The pressure was intense. Content creators demanded aggression. Former players questioned the direction. The narrative was simple. Ohio State had to win the offseason. When you coach at a program where anything less than a national title is considered failure, winning the offseason isn't optional, it's expected. And Ryan Day watched all of it quietly. As days passed and no splash move appeared, anxiety took over. Ryan Day didn't just ignore the noise, he challenged it. While other programs spent freely, chased headlines, and stacked commitments, Ohio State moved with precision, almost cold. This wasn't hesitation, this wasn't indecision, this was intentional. The strategy was brutally simple and deeply unpopular. Clear money tied up on the bench, end cycles with non-impact players, replace volume with experience, be extremely selective. No panic signings, no hype-driven decisions, no social media wins. This wasn't about winning Twitter, this was about roster control. And it tells us something critical. Ryan Day doesn't see this roster as broken, he sees it as unfinished. The real question is whether Buckeye Nation has the patience to let that vision play out. While the portal dominated headlines, a far more dangerous storyline unfolded quietly in Columbus: NFL draft decisions. Unlike portal commitments, these don't come with dramatic announcements, but they shape the future of the program just as much, if not more. Players like Caleb Downs, Tyleik Williams, Kenyatta Jackson Jr., Caden McDonald, Carnell Tate, and others are all weighing the same decision: leave now or come back. Every choice carries massive consequences. Ohio State remains one of the premier NFL pipelines in college football. That identity is non-negotiable. Player development is the backbone of the program. But here's the risk. If too many players leave early, depth disappears. If too many return, expectations explode. And Ryan Day is walking that tightrope right now. The biggest issue from last season wasn't hidden, it was obvious: the line of scrimmage. Ohio State didn't lose games because of talent, they lost because of experience. When the games got physical, when the margins tightened, when older and tougher teams leaned in, Ohio State folded. That's why the return of Luke Montgomery, Carson Hintzman, and Austin Siereveld changes everything. Their decision reveals three uncomfortable truths. They didn't receive the draft grades they wanted. There is still development left on the table, and they are motivated by unfinished business. These players know last season wasn't good enough. They know red zone execution failed. They know protection collapsed at the worst moments. And they know this is likely their final chance to rewrite the story. Experience in the trenches doesn't trend online, but championships are built there. This return could save Ryan Day's vision, or expose it. When former LSU wide receiver Kyle Parker committed to Ohio State, the reaction was muted. No hype, no shockwaves, no viral graphics. But that reaction missed the point. Parker isn't flashy, he's functional. He posted 31 receptions, 330 yards, and 4 touchdowns on a stacked LSU roster loaded with SEC talent. Operating primarily out of the slot, he brings versatility and reliability. His arrival immediately creates ripple effects. Brandon Inniss could move outside. 5-star freshman Chris Henry Jr. enters the competition. The entire receiver room becomes deeper and more competitive. This isn't glamour, this is infrastructure. Games at the highest level are often decided by details no one wants to talk about. Connor Hawkins is one of those details. The Baylor transfer brings stability, something Ohio State desperately needed. 78.3% career accuracy, 18 of 22 last season, a career long of 54 yards, multiple makes beyond 50. In top 5 matchups, that matters. One miss flips a season. One make creates legends. The defensive overhaul wasn't smooth. Early losses at defensive tackle raised alarms, but solutions followed. Landing James Smith from Alabama was massive. Adding Quinion Rousseau boosted athleticism on the edge. The secondary became one of the loudest offseason storylines. Earl Little Jr., Terry Moore, Cam Calhoun, Jermaine Matthews Jr. And then came another SEC pipeline move, Dominic Kelly from Georgia. At 6'1", 190 pounds, with 3 years of eligibility, Kelly fits exactly what this staff looks for: length, upside, and development potential. Ohio State closes the portal with 16 total additions. No chaos, no desperation, just calculation. Now the real test begins. The portal is settled. The roster is nearly finalized. What remains is the most dangerous decision of all: Ohio State's next offensive coordinator. This is the 3rd straight offseason Ryan Day has faced this moment. Bill O'Brien came and went, Chip Kelly delivered a title and exited. Brian Hartline stepped up and became a head coach. There are no safety nets left. Brian Daboll offers NFL pedigree. Kevin Wilson offers familiarity. Joey Halsey offers SEC production. Andy Kotelnicki offers creativity. But the name matters less than the mindset. Ryan Day must do something he struggled with before: hire the coordinator and let go. Trust the play calling. Trust the system. Stay out of the way. Because if he gets this right, this roster has everything it needs to compete for another national championship. If he gets it wrong, this conservative offseason will be remembered as the moment everything changed. Now it's your turn. Is Ryan Day playing chess while everyone else plays checkers? Or is he gambling too much on patience in a program that demands perfection? Drop your take in the comments. Do you trust the plan, or did Ohio State need a splash? Subscribe for more deep, unfiltered Ohio State analysis, because the next decision changes everything.